last video, we saw a React throw an error in a console. Let's get back to our browser and see what was that error. This was an error thrown, which say us or warn us each child in a list should have a unique key probe. So how do we fix this one? Let's get back to our VS Code. So inside here is where we are going to fix the problem. So we are going to write key equals to, then we are going to write item, not equal to, we'll have these braces, okay? Then we're going to have item dot id, okay? So let's go to a browser and check if the error has gone. Cool. So the error here has gone. Getting back to VS Code, what we did here, there are other scenarios that we can work from, okay? Now normally here, I use the ID because when we check to our object here, ID is a unique key, okay? So it won't give us any kind of error. But also when we check other properties here from our object, we see a name are different, okay? So we have mango, we have orange, we have apple, we have banana. So if I put here a name instead of ID, things will work the same. Let's get to a browser. Nothing has changed. Let's get back to VS Code. What if we had two objects that are the same? For example, here I write mango again, okay? Let's go and see what has been happening. You see, warning, encountered two children with the same name, mango. Let's get back to VS Code. Therefore, if it happened that you have a properties that are of the same, meaning that they are not unique, so they will not give you, they will obviously throw you an error. So we might face some scenarios that we don't have an ID, okay? And we need to make sure that we don't also encounter such kind of an error. How do we do this one here? In the next video, we are going to see. But for now, we are going to use the ID directly here. Now, we say from here to the error that we have saw, React is telling us each item in a list rendered using a map operator should have a probe called key, and the value to the probe should be unique within a list. Now, why do we need a key probe? We say keys help React identify which item in a list has changed, added, or removed, and plays the crucial role in handling user interface update efficiently. Let us go and see the list without keys attribute. So we say we have two items to begin with. We have Anna and James. Now we need to add another listing, which is Doreen. How React handle update is React just iterating over both the listing at the same time and generating a mutation. However, there is a difference. In our example, React will match first item in each list and says there is no difference. And then matches the second two items and says no difference. And then tries to match the third item. It sees that there is a difference and simply insert the third item into the DOM tree. This way, instead of carrying down the old trees and building a new tree from scratch, React simply updates the tree by inserting the item at the end of the list. Nothing else has to change. Let's say we need to insert a new item list, and this time we will insert it at the beginning of the list item. Okay, so we have Dorini is the first one. So what happened in this situation is that when React iterates over both the lists and make comparison, it found out that every item is different. React will end up mutating every child instead of realizing it can keep the Anna James subtree intact. This inefficiency can be a problem, and in order to solve this issue, React supports the key attribute. So let's dive and see listing with key attribute. When children have keys, React uses the key to match the children in the original tree with the children in the subsequently. Now React knows that element with key 3 is the new one, and the element with key 1 and 2 have just moved, so React will preserve the subtree and simply insert the new item at the top of the list, hence more efficiently. Let us have a recap on this. A key is a special string attribute you need to include when creating list of elements. Key gives the element a stable identity. It helps in efficient of the user interface. Keys help React identify which item or items have changed, are added, or are removed. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.